Ben, we have to talk about what happened in New York.
Oh, Ava, please. I'm still, how do you say, recovering from this.
Okay. But our listeners need to hear this because what you did accidentally in that little shop on Fifth Avenue is honestly one of the best real-life English stories I have ever heard. And I've been teaching English for 10 years.
It was not my finest moment, yes.
You walked into a children's toy store. A children's toy store, Ben.
Yes.
And you asked the shopkeeper if she had any poison for a little girl.
When you say it like that, it sounds...
Insane? It sounds insane?
a little bit, yes.
Okay, welcome to Ava and Ben's English Loft. I'm Ava, and this is Ben, who is, I promise you, a very kind, very intelligent man who absolutely did not try to buy poison for a child. What actually happened is one of the most beautiful examples of what language teachers call a false friend. And by the end of this episode, you will never make this mistake. Ben, from the beginning, tell them everything. Forget the textbooks. Learn real English with us. Welcome to the Loft.
Okay. So. Last October, I went to New York City for the first time.
First time in New York! Amazing! How was it?
Incredible. Overwhelming. Very loud. German cities are quieter, I think. But I loved it immediately. The energy, you know? You walk out of the subway and suddenly you are just inside a movie.
That is such a perfect description. I love that. Inside a movie.
So I was staying with my colleague Michael and his family. His wife Sarah and their daughter Maya. She is 6 years old. Very sweet girl. Very energetic. Also very loud. A true New Yorker already.
Haha, she fits right in.
Exactly. So before I travel, I think I want to bring something. A Mitbringsel. This is a German word. It means a small gift you bring when you visit someone's home. It's very important in German culture, you know? You do not arrive at someone's house with empty hands. This is not polite.
Oh, that's such a lovely tradition, actually. In the US, we do that too. We might bring wine or flowers or something for the kids.
Yes, exactly. So I think Maya is 6. She loves toys. I will find something nice in the city, something local, something special, not just chocolate from the airport. So my second day, I'm walking near Fifth Avenue and I see this beautiful little shop. Very colorful. Toys in the window. Perfect. I go inside.
Okay, listeners, I want you to picture this with me for a second. Imagine a warm, bright toy shop in Manhattan. There are wooden puzzles on shelves, little stuffed animals, colorful picture books. And in walks Ben, tall, very polite in his nice coat, looking very serious and very German, which I say with total love.
This is fair, yes.
And he is about to have one of the great cross-cultural misunderstandings of the 21st century. Keep going, Ben.
So, the shopkeeper. She is maybe 50 years old. Very friendly face, glasses, an apron. Very nice. She says, "Hi there, can I help you find something today?" And I smile and I say, very confidently, I smiled and I said, very confidently, "Yes, hello, I'm looking for a gift." But Ava, because I'm German, I pronounce it with a very short I and a hard T, like Gift.
Oh, so to her ears, it didn't sound like a beautiful English gift. It sounded like a foreign word. And what did she do?
Her face changed.
Changed how?
Like, you know when someone smiles, but then the smile slowly falls? Like a building that is collapsing, but slowly?
Oh no.
She looked at me, and then she looked at the door. And then she looked at me again. And she said, very carefully, I'm sorry, you're looking for a what? For a little girl? And I thought, maybe she did not hear me. So I said it again, louder. A gift for a 6-year-old. And then I added, because I wanted to be helpful, something she can maybe consume.
Ben!
I know. But in German, konsumieren just means to use something or to enjoy something. I was trying to say she can play with it, she can enjoy it.
But in English, consume with gift and 6-year-old. Ben, that poor woman thought you were...
She thought I was a very specific kind of criminal, yes.
Okay, listeners. Let's stop right here, because this is the moment. This is what we need to talk about. Ben, can I explain to our listeners what just happened? Because it is so important.
Please, save my honor.
What Ben just experienced is called a false friend. In language learning, a false friend is a word that looks or sounds like a word in your language, but means something completely different. So in German, Ben, tell them. What does the word gift mean in German?
In German, das Gift means poison, like actual poison, a dangerous substance. If I say in German, das ist ein Gift für Kinder, that means this is the poison for children.
Right. So totally normal, everyday German word. In English, though...
In English, a gift is a present, something nice, something you give to someone because you like them.
These two words, gift in German and gift in English, they look identical, but they mean opposite things. One is a lovely gesture. One is a crime. And this, my friends, is why false friends are so dangerous and so fascinating. They hide in plain sight.
I want to also say the word gift in English actually comes from the same old Germanic root. Hundreds of years ago, in old Germanic languages, the word meant something that is given. Over time, in German, the meaning shifted to mean a dose, and then a deadly dose, so poison. But in English, it kept the original meaning of a thing you give.
Ben, that is genuinely fascinating. See, this is why I love having you on. You know your etymology.
I read a lot.
So here is your first vocabulary checkpoint for today. If you want to give someone a present, in English you say a gift or a present. Both are correct. Both are warm and friendly. What you do not say, unless you are deliberately being alarming, is gift with a German accent in an American toy shop. We clear? Great.
So, after the shopkeeper's face did the collapsing building thing, she called her colleague, another woman from the back of the shop.
She called backup.
She called backup, yes. And this woman, younger, maybe 30, she comes out and she says very professionally, "Hi, is everything okay out here?" And the first woman says, "This man is asking for a gift for a little girl that she can consume."
Oh no.
And the young woman looks at me and she says, very carefully, "Sir, can you tell me a little more about what you're looking for today?" And I still do not understand what is happening. I think they are just being very thorough, very good customer service. So I explain very enthusiastically, "Of course, I'm visiting from Germany. I'm staying with my colleague and his daughter. She is 6. She likes animals. Maybe a toy animal? Or something she can become busy with? Something that will make her become happy?"
Make her become happy. Okay, we need to stop there too.
I know.
Wait, Ben, for our listeners, what you just said, make her become happy. In English, we say make her feel happy or just make her happy. The word become is another false friend for German speakers, right?
Yes. In German, bekommen means to receive something. So a German speaker sometimes accidentally says, I became a letter today, when they mean I received a letter today.
You'll hear German speakers use become when they mean get or receive. And if you make this mistake, don't worry. People usually understand from context. Usually. Ben's situation was a little beyond context.
The two women were now standing very close together, I noticed.
United front.
United front, yes. And then, and this is the part that still makes me shudder, a man comes out. From an office in the back. He's big. He has a name tag. His name tag says manager.
The manager.
The manager. And he looks at me and he says, very calmly, Hey there, what can we do for you today, buddy? And I take a deep breath. I smile my most friendly smile and I say, Hello. I'm simply looking for a gift for a young girl. Perhaps something she can eventually use at home?
Ben. Eventually.
Yes?
In English, eventually means at some point in the far future. It's not urgent, it's delayed.
Oh no.
What did you mean to say?
In German, eventuell means perhaps or possibly. I meant to say maybe she can use it at home. A possibility, a nice idea, not a distant, vague threat.
So let's count what the manager just heard. A man with a foreign accent walked into a children's toy shop and asked for a poison for a 6-year-old girl that she could consume and that she would be able to use eventually. Like a villain, with a timeline.
The manager asked me to leave.
He asked you to.
He said very politely, Sir, I think maybe you'd be more comfortable shopping somewhere else today. And he held the door open for me.
Ben?
I walked out onto 5th Avenue and I stood on the sidewalk for maybe 2 full minutes just staring at the pigeons.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, I will learn English properly, starting today.
And that, my friends, is why Ben is here. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, Ben is going to tell us how he ultimately found Maya a gift, a real one, a non-poison one, and we are going to go deep on false friends.
Also, I want to say, the pigeons were very kind to me. They did not judge.
Haha, the pigeons of New York, true neutrals. Stay with us. And we are back. Ava and Ben's English Loft. I'm Ava, this is Ben, and when we left off, Ben was standing on a sidewalk on 5th Avenue, absolutely not being silently judged by pigeons, after being asked to leave a children's toy shop for accidentally describing himself as a man who brings poison to little girls. Ben, what did you do next?
Okay, so I stand there for maybe, I said 2 minutes before, but honestly it was probably 5. I was just processing. You know that feeling when your brain needs to restart, like a computer?
A hard reboot.
A hard reboot, yes. And then slowly, it comes to me. What happened? Because I'm standing there thinking, why did they look at me like that? I was so polite. I used complete sentences. And then I remember. My colleague Michael, he has an American friend who visited us in Germany once. And this friend, he sees a bottle in our kitchen, a cleaning product. And on the bottle it says very clearly, Achtung, Gift. And the American friend goes completely white. He says, why does your cleaning product say gift on it?
Haha, oh, that's such a perfect parallel story.
And we all laughed at the time. We thought it was so funny. A cleaning product that says gift on the warning label. And I'm standing on 5th Avenue and I think, oh no, oh no.
The light turns on.
Every single light turns on at once. I thought about what I said. A gift for a little girl. Something she can consume. Something she can use eventually. I sounded like a cartoon villain.
You really did. You really, genuinely did. And listeners, this is the thing I want you to hold on to because it is so important. Ben is not a careless speaker. He is a thoughtful, educated person who speaks 3 languages. This mistake happened because he was confident. He thought he knew the word. He had seen it 100 times. It looked familiar. And that is exactly when false friends are the most dangerous. Not when you're uncertain, when you're sure.
This is so true. If I had been less confident, maybe I would have looked it up. But I thought, gift. I know this one. This is easy English. Hubris, I think is the word.
Hubris. Big word for a Tuesday.
I have a good vocabulary in English. It is just, sometimes it is the wrong vocabulary.
Okay, so you've had your sidewalk moment. You've understood what happened. What's the plan?
So first I take out my phone. I open Google Translate, which I know, every English teacher says do not rely on this. But in this specific case, I think it is appropriate. And I look up Mitbringsel, and it says, souvenir or small gift. And I stare at the word gift. And I say to myself, out loud, on the street, like a strange person, it's fine. It means present. It's a good word. You can do this.
Haha, you had to talk yourself back into a word.
I had to do what you say, exposure therapy, with a vocabulary word. And then I walked. Not back to the same shop, I want to be clear. I walked to a different shop, 2 blocks away. Also toys, also very nice.
Smart man.
And this time, I prepared my sentence. On the street, before I went in, I practiced, out loud, again like a strange person. Hello. I'm looking for a small present for a 6-year-old girl. She likes animals. Could you recommend something? I said this 4 times, maybe 5.
That is genuinely one of the best language learning strategies there is, by the way. Rehearsing before a real interaction. Not just reading, actually saying it out loud, with your mouth, with the sounds.
And it worked. The woman in the second shop was wonderful. She found me a beautiful stuffed animal, a little fox, because Maya loves animals. And she wrapped it with ribbon, and I paid, and I said, "Thank you so much. Have a great day." And I walked out and I felt, what is the opposite of the feeling I had 20 minutes before?
Triumphant?
Triumphant. Yes, like I had won something.
You had. You had won a stuffed fox for a 6-year-old. Truly a great victory.
Don't take this from me, Ava.
Okay, now I have to tell our listeners because I know some of them are thinking, okay, great story, but surely that was the end of it. Was that the end of it, Ben?
No.
Tell them about dinner.
Why do we have to talk about dinner?
Because dinner is educational.
Okay, fine. So that evening, Michael's family, they make a beautiful dinner at home. Sarah is an incredible cook, and we are all sitting at the table. Michael, Sarah, little Maya, who's already holding the fox I gave her and has named him Rot, which is German for red, because she learned one German word from me, and this is the one she chose.
That's adorable.
She's very smart. So we are eating, and the food is wonderful, and I am relaxed now. The toy shop disaster is behind me, and I am feeling confident. I'm speaking English well. Everything is good. And then Sarah asks me, very kindly, she's making conversation. She says, "Ben, so what do you do back home? What's your job?"
Normal question. totally normal dinner question.
Normal question. And I say this very naturally, without thinking. I say, oh, I'm a chef. I work as a chef for a large company in Munich.
And what does chef mean in German?
In German, der Chef is the boss, the manager, the person in charge. My chef is the person above me at work, the leader of the team.
So you meant to say,
I'm a manager. I manage a team. I'm responsible for 12 people.
but what Sarah heard was,
That I cook food professionally, that I'm a culinary chef in a kitchen with a white hat.
false friend number 4, everyone. Chef in English, a professional cook. Chef in German, a boss, a manager, a leader. And the reason this one is so sneaky is that the English word chef actually came from French, from the phrase chef de cuisine, which means head of the kitchen. So in French and English, it became about food. But in German, the word chef was borrowed for its original meaning of head or leader, just a leader of anything, a company, a team, a department.
Same origin, completely different destination.
Exactly. Same route, 2 different roads. And Ben, what happened when Sarah thought you were a professional cook?
She became very excited. She said, "Oh my gosh, a chef! You should have cooked tonight." And I thought, she's just being friendly. Maybe she means a compliment. So I said, "Oh, I'm not so talented with this, really." And she said, "Don't be modest. What kind of food do you specialize in?"
Oh no.
And Michael is sitting across from me, and I can see on his face, he's a native English speaker, he understands what is happening, and he's trying very hard not to smile. He's looking very carefully at his pasta.
He was watching the whole thing unfold.
He was enjoying the whole thing unfold, which, as my colleague of 7 years, I feel he should have helped me earlier. But fine. So Sarah's asking what I specialize in, and I think, okay, I will try to correct this. And I say, "Oh no, I think there's a confusion. I'm not this kind of chef. I am the chef of people."
The chef of people.
Yes.
Ben,
I understand now that this is not clear.
the chef of people sounds like you are the head of a cannibalism operation.
Ava.
I'm sorry, but you have to see how...
Michael completely lost it at this moment. He put his face in his hands and his shoulders were going like this. And Sarah looked between us and she said, very patiently, "Honey, I think I'm missing something."
Haha, okay. Okay, listeners, let's do the vocabulary check while we still have composure. In English, if you want to say you manage people at work, you say, "I'm a manager," or "I manage a team," or "I'm the head of my department," or even, and this one is a bit more casual but very common, "I'm in charge of a team of 12. What you don't say if you want to avoid being the chef of people. I am a chef, unless, of course, you are actually a chef. Context matters. Words matter. This is why we're here.
After Michael explained everything, still laughing by the way, he's a terrible friend,
He sounds delightful.
Sarah thought it was the funniest thing she had ever heard. She made me tell the toy shop story, at the dinner table, in front of Maya, who is 6, who then walked around the apartment for the rest of the evening saying, "Gift, gift, gift," like a very small, very determined student.
She was learning her false friends early.
She's going to be an excellent German speaker one day. I'm almost sure of this.
Okay, we are going to do something a little different now. You have been so patient, and you have learned so much already. So we are going to reward you with what I call the rapid-fire false friends round. Ben is going to say a German-English false friend, just the word, and I am going to explain it, fast and clear. Then we'll use it in a sentence. Ready?
Ready?
Okay, first one.
Also.
Great one. In German, also, spelled exactly like the English word also, means so or therefore, like a conclusion word. Es regnet, also bleiben wir zu Hause. It's raining, therefore we stay home. But in English, also means in addition to, like I also like pizza. Two completely different functions. So a German speaker might say, I was tired, also I went to bed early. And in English, that sounds slightly off. The English word they want is so. I was tired, so I went to bed early. Small word, easy to overlook, gets you every time.
Second one. Sensibel.
Oh, this one is so good. In German, Sensibel, with a B, means sensitive, emotionally sensitive, or physically sensitive. But in English, sensible means practical, reasonable, showing good judgment. So if a German speaker wants to compliment someone and says, "Oh, she is very sensible," in English, they've said she is practical and level-headed, which is nice. But if they meant to say she is emotionally in tune with others, they've missed it completely. In English, the word for that is sensitive. One letter completely changes the meaning.
I once told a colleague that her response to a difficult situation was very sensible. I meant she was showing great emotional awareness. She thought I was saying she was being practical and not overreacting.
Were you trying to compliment her empathy?
I was trying to say she handled it beautifully, that she really felt the room.
And instead she thought you were saying she kept her head.
Which, also a compliment, I suppose, but not the one I intended. She seemed pleased, so I did not correct myself.
Wise. Okay, one more. Give me the last one.
Gymnasium.
Ooh, this is a good one to end on. In English, gymnasium, or GYM, it's a place where you exercise. Treadmills, weights, loud music. In Germany, das Gymnasium is an academic high school, a rigorous university preparatory school, very prestigious. So if a German person says, and I have heard this, I spent 8 years at the gymnasium, an American will picture them doing 8 years of push-ups. What they actually mean is, they attended an elite academic high school for 8 years. Very different kind of impressive.
I have watched Americans' faces when I say this. It is a very specific confusion.
And the beautiful, slightly maddening thing, gymnasium in English actually comes from the Greek gymnasion, which was a place for both physical and intellectual training. So once again, same root, same origin, just two very different rooms at the end of the hallway. Okay, we've laughed a lot today, and I hope, genuinely hope, that some of you are listening to this and feeling a little bit of relief. Because maybe you have had your own version of Ben's toy shop. Maybe you have said something in English that got a strange look, and you never understood why. And I want you to know that moment, that confused look, that is not failure. That is the most important moment in language learning. That is the moment you will never forget the word. Ben, after New York, have you ever confused gift and present again?
Never, not once. I will hear that word for the rest of my life, and I will see that shopkeeper's face.
Exactly. The embarrassing moments are the ones that stick. The grammar exercises in a textbook, you forget those. The day you accidentally told a New York toy store you were shopping for poison, that stays.
Burned into the memory. Permanently.
So here is my challenge for you today, and I want you to actually do this. Don't just nod and scroll on. Think of one false friend, just one, from your own language. A word that looks like an English word, but means something different. Write it in the comments. Tell us your story, because I promise you, it will not be as good as Ben's. But it might be close. And if you are not sure where to start, go back through this episode and pick the one that surprised you the most. Was it gift? Was it chef? Was it sensible versus sensitive? Tell us. We want to know.
And if you have ever walked out of a shop in a foreign city and had to stand on the pavement and just breathe, you are not alone. I promise you this.
You are never alone. Ben, any final words of wisdom? Anything you would tell yourself back on that Manhattan sidewalk?
I would say, Ben, slow down. Fast confidence is dangerous. Slow curiosity is safe. Because the toy shop mistake, I did not make it because my English is bad. I made it because I moved too fast past a word that looked familiar. I did not stop to ask, wait, am I sure? And now I always ask. Even with easy words. Especially with easy words.
Fast confidence is dangerous. Slow curiosity is safe. I might put that on the wall of every classroom I ever teach in. Ben, thank you, genuinely, for being here, for telling the story, and for being, as always, the most educational disaster I know.
This is possibly the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
Haha, take it! Okay, before we go, your 3 takeaways from today, really fast. Ready?
Ready.
1.
Gift in German means poison. Gift in English means a present. If you are shopping in an English-speaking country, say present or gift, but know what you are saying.
2.
Eventuell in German means perhaps, but eventually in English means at some point in the far future. If you want to say maybe in English, say maybe or perhaps, not eventually, unless you want to sound like a villain with a timeline.
Haha, perfect. And 3.
Chef in German is a boss. Chef in English makes food. If you want to say you manage a team, say manager, not chef of people. Please, I beg you.
That's it for today, everyone. I'm Ava, B.
And I'm Ben, the manager, not the cook.
And this has been Ava and Ben's English Loft. If this episode helped you, share it with one person who is learning English. Just one. That's all we ask. See you next time. Slow down, stay curious, and remember,
False friends are everywhere. But now, you know their faces.
bye everyone!
Tschüss.